So this is February. I'm recording now. This is February 11th, and I'm supposed to have 6 o'clock. I'm supposed to have a 30-minute phone call, according to the judge. Nobody said it had to be supervised. The visitation supervisor, I had for the last 2 months said, I've got good parenting skills. I can handle Dilara as well as anybody can, and my visitation should not be supervised, except that she's concerned about Dilara. Dilara does not need protection from me. That's what she said. But Dilara's got some issues going on. I think it's based on a lot of confusion. The disequilibrium in her life right now. I think she's trying to figure out where to go from here. Feeling out what's going on. She's in a very unnatural situation. And I think she's just trying to figure things out. So, she said things that I'm kind of mad at my attorney, because I asked my attorney what has Dilara said, and the attorney's like, well, it doesn't matter. Just, and the visitation supervisor hasn't told me all the things that, but I think, but I did get to tell the judge at court that all that needs to happen is for everybody to get out of our lives, and Sanan and Dilara and I have to figure it out between ourselves. And I guess that's my Lego. Oh, and that's mine too. You keep finding. I'm at Shanya's house. Oh, are these my sunglasses? They look like it.
No, that's
no. They don't look like it from the back. They look like it from the front.
No, I think it's upstairs. I'm gonna.
The ones that you think are mine. Yeah, I'm over at Shanya's house with Shanya's mom. Shania and Sharo are at their dad's right now, and I've been here for a while. I am just so upset that I thought I would get to have a 30-minute conversation with my child without somebody interrupting and intervening and disrupting my conversation. And I had things that I wanted to talk about, that I think she needed to talk about, things that other people are not talking to her about. For one thing, they don't want to talk to her about them. I was very concerned that I found out on Thursday that Dilara had said that she missed me and wanted to see me, and her life was so bad she has said repeatedly her life is so bad she doesn't want to live it. And she said last year, not to me, to people at the school psychologist, when she's getting her psychological evaluation, she had thought about killing herself, but wouldn't do it, but she thought about it. And she's repeatedly made these comments. She does not like, her life is miserable. It's a bad life. She doesn't want to live it. And people, I'm just shocked that people aren't saying, oh, let's figure out what's the problem with it. And she's telling everybody what the problem is. Her life is terrible because she doesn't have her mom, and nobody wants to solve the problem. And nobody has shown any reason why. I have never harmed her, and she's continuing to be harmed and distressed and confused. She feels better when she's with me. She feels better immediately after she sees me. She's a whole lot better than she was before I pushed for her to get this extra help at school, and but it's just a mess. I seriously worry about the risk of suicide. And people, they might say, oh, 9-year-olds don't commit suicide, or the kids who talk about killing themselves aren't the ones that really do it. And I just think those are dangerous assumptions. But whether she's really at risk of suicide or not isn't the point. The point is, she has for years expressed her needs, and people are putting her father's desires ahead of this child's needs. We've got all this evidence. She's being emotionally damaged by it. and she's not a priority to anybody. And it's very frustrating for me as a mother. But anyway, let me find this phone call. So I called tonight, expecting a private conversation, but I was expecting it to be monitored. I'm not surprised it was on speakerphone. I think I have a right to unmonitored phone calls. I think the law is clear on that. The non-custodial parental rights. I think I have a right to unmonitored phone calls. I know I have a right to letters that aren't censored or opened. I know that's spelled out, and I'm not sure about the phone calls not being monitored. But I said at the beginning, I'm recording this. Well, let me just see if I can play it. Okay, let's see. Where's okay, this is it. And I'm not doing video because I look a mess and ugh. All right, here we go. Let me see if I can play it. She says she doesn't like to talk about her feelings. I think she's being coached by her dad. I think she's afraid of her dad. I'm afraid she's not comfortable talking about her feelings with me. She'll talk about them to people who won't do or say anything. Actually, you have to get people to come to court to get it pulled out of them. She says she wants to see her mom. She misses her mom. She's sad because she can't. That should be common sense. But let's see. All right, let me try to play this here. It's just awful. It's just awful. Dora! She answered the phone. 6:00. I had to leave church before the Lord's Supper.
How are you? Hi. You're good. Did you know you could talk to me for 30 minutes? I know. How do you feel about that? Good. Good. Okay. Well, tell me first of all. Hold on a second. I've got a list. Did you have anything? Tell me what you want to tell me about what's happened since the last time you saw me. You haven't seen me in almost 2 weeks. So why don't you tell me the good and the bad? There's nothing really bad that happened. Did I hold it off you Girl Scout cookies? And I just stayed at home. Okay. I brushed my teeth this morning. Good girl.
She brushed her teeth this morning.
So, brush your teeth. How about your hair? Are you brushing your hair? Yeah. Good. Callie told me. Oh, is your dad listening to the conversation? Yes. So he's not allowing us to have a private conversation? No, he is, but... Are you on speakerphone? Yes. Do you have to be on speakerphone? My dad says yes. Your dad says you have to be on speakerphone. So your dad, why would you have to be on speakerphone? I don't know. Why can't you have a private conversation with your mother? Do you know? Is might say some court things. Okay. You know what? I'm recording this phone call. So if somebody says I said some court things, I have my recording, so I can say, no, I didn't. Stop lying about me. I am not going to talk about court things. I'm under a court order to not talk about court things, unless that was just talking about court things. You're the one that brought it up. If I'm not going to talk about court things, why can't I have a private conversation with my daughter? My dad says that he's gonna be listening for the first few times I'm talking with you for some reason.
I don't know what I just did. I might have just just stop this. But she said that her dad said he's going to be listening for the first few times. And you know why he's listening for the first few times? Because he's listening to try to find something. But see, I'm recording. I'm recording. Wait a minute.
Dora!
I'm starting this over again. Okay.
And talk to heart talk.
He's listening to try.
Why?
He's trying to find something in the first few times.
In your experiences.
This is what I believe. I believe he wants to listen for the first few times because he hopes he can find something to misrepresent so that I won't have any phone calls at all. He doesn't like me having these phone calls. And he made this big well, let me go ahead and play it some more. Come on.
See, Dilara, and she don't have any fault and all that, like, that's what it said. Like, if it's me, you know what to do, just ignore him and talk to Dilara, like, just ignore him.
Yeah, but he kept interrupting me, and it's like I was trying to ask her about
Dora.
something that I keep restarting it. Okay, let me see let me find out where I was a minute ago.
I don't know. If I say I'm not going to talk about court things.
Okay, I had to rewind it a little bit. I accidentally turned it off.
Well, I think you have a right to speak to your mother without strangers and without your father monitoring the phone call. I don't like that. I'm just telling you, I don't like that. I think I don't like it. But let's not focus on what I don't like. Let's focus on, okay, tell me something. Are there things that you would tell me about your feelings and your life and your experiences that you would tell me privately that you would not feel comfortable telling me in front of your dad or in front of strangers? If it was just me and you, heart to heart talk, would you be more comfortable sharing about things that bother you than you would be if somebody's listening in?
And I'm sure her dad is making faces at her and coaching her.
You don't know?
She doesn't know.
Well, I would be. I would be. And let me ask you something. So you sold Girl Scout cookies. And you said nothing bad happened? Nothing. Did you ever have any sad days in the last couple of weeks? You didn't have any sad days? No. You never told your anybody at school that you missed me and your life was terrible? You just missed me. Well, is that no reason of life? Huh? There's no reason for life without family. Is that what you said? Yeah. Well, I would disagree with that because we're all family, for one thing. Nobody ever has to be alone. And without biological family, there are lots of people. My math teacher, when I was in high school, one of my math teachers, she had zero family. She had no cousins. She had no brothers or sisters. And, well, she probably does if you, went back. Like when you're a child, not when you're an adult. Huh? It's fine to be without your parents and brothers and sisters. It's okay to be like that when you are a parent or a young adult or something. But I just feel like it's not good to be without your parents. It's just not a good feeling. It makes me feel like there's no life if I don't have any parents. Well, so when you don't see me and can talk to me on a regular basis, you feel like you don't have any mother at all? Is that what you're saying? Pretty much. So, what would be the bad things about having me in your life and being able to see me and talk to me whenever you might want to? Can you think of anything bad about that? If we had a relationship like we used to? Yes, because your punishments are probably way worse than my dad. My punishment would probably be way worse than your dad.
That would be a bad thing about me being in a
punishment for, well, you know what? Punishment for what? Huh? What are you laughing about? Punishment for what? What would I be punishing you for, and what do you think the punishment would be?
She's being silly. She's laughing.
Are you just being silly?
The cat, I think.
Is your dad tickling you? Is he tickling your foot with a feather? Is he making silly faces at you? All right, get a hold of yourself. Get a hold of yourself. All right, I want to apologize to you for something. Well, I want to ask you if I need to apologize because I'm confused about something, and if I accidentally did something to make you feel bad, I want you to let me know. Now, when I can't talk to my daughter for 2.5 years, when she's between 6.5 years old and 9 years old, I'm not in as much in tune with what would bother her or what she would like, because people change a little bit, like your favorite colors changed. So things that I just have to do a lot of guessing sometimes about what I think is best for you, and that's how all parents are. Especially when you're a parent for the first time, you have to just, sometimes you make mistakes, or sometimes there's things you think you could have done better, but or you'll do better next time. And every time you have a child and you have to raise that child, you get a little bit extra practice and you're a little bit better. And also you have to remember that every child is different. So parents have to adapt to the needs and the personalities of every individual child. And the more children you have, the harder it is to meet everybody's needs in the family. And I came from a big family. I had 5 brothers and sisters. And your dad came, I forget, am I wrong? I don't know if there were 5 kids in your dad's family or if there were 6. But he came from a big family too. Are you not paying attention? I'm going to complain about my phone calls not being facilitated if you're not paying attention to me when I call. If your dad is distracting me, or if your cat is distracting me, or if your dog is distracting me, they need to go away. This needs to be like me and you in a room. When you're in a room with Dr. Berryman, or when you're in the office with your teacher, or when you're in the classroom, you need to be focused on me right now, and I need to be focused on you. I don't have any distractions. I'm in my car. I'm a little bit cold. I went to church and I had to come out to my car before church was over. I want to have 30 minutes of your time, and I want to address some concerns, and I want to ask you some questions so I can understand where I need to go from here, how to best get your needs met, because I don't want you to have to miss me. I don't want you to have only one parent in your life. I don't think it's good either. Everybody knows it's not good to just have one parent. So I will fight. When you're 18 years old, if we're both still alive, you can have both parents in your life however much you want to. And between now and the time you turn 18, I promise you, Dilara, I will do everything I can to be in your life, trying to meet your needs the way you need me to. And starting right now, I'm trying to collect some information to you so I can work on trying to make that happen. I think you need both of your parents. I think but ideally you you would have two parents who love each other, who live in the same house with you, and who are both with you. You've got a parent round the clock. That's what children need. That's what God meant for people to have. But a lot of people have, sometimes parents die. Like I told you, Miss Kathy's dad died when she was little. I've known a lot of people. A lot of people I went to high school with or elementary school with are dead. A lot of people my age, well, a lot of people didn't even live to my age. This girl I went to 5th grade with that liked to play the banjo, she brought her banjo to music class, and that's when I just fell in love with the banjo. I just found out she died 10 years ago. And she was a PE teacher where David works, and that makes me think about. I mean, if I died right now, you would have to live the rest of your life only with whatever information I've given you to get through life. And I'm 51 years old. I've raised 2 great kids already. I've done a great job with you. I think you're wonderful, and I'm sorry that I haven't been able to work with you the last several years, like I was able to work with Callie and Noah. But we've got to do what we can every day with what we have to work with. I've got 30 minutes with you today, and I don't want you to spend it being silly and giggling and doing things. All I can do is hear your voice. Okay?
And she gets silly when she's anxious too.
And I don't like it. I don't like it that your dad's there distracting you. And whatever's going on. I mean, I would like to have your undivided attention for 30 minutes. And if you act like you don't need it, you're not going to get it anymore, Dilara. You know what? We got 30 minutes, but you can end this. We got up to 30 minutes. And if you don't, huh? Can I say something? I want you to say something. I've been wanting you to say something. Yeah, say something. I just wanted to say that I want to talk about this stuff. I want to talk about how we're going to play our next visit. You want to talk about what? How we're going to play our next visit. I was hoping I could see you last week, and I packed that jelly plate.
You want to know what we're going to do on our next visit?
That jelly art plate. And I said I didn't have the paints, but I packed up a bag with all the stuff, so on the next visit we can make prints with paint and that jelly plate and the brayer, and that's what I've got planned. Okay? Yeah. And music. And I want you to bring those multiplication flashcards back to me if you're not going to be using them at your dad's house. I'm really disappointed you're not doing your math facts every day like you're supposed to be doing. You'd be doing them with me, right? Yeah. If you were at my house, you would be doing your homework, and you would be doing your math facts, and you would be doing all the things you need to be doing to be getting good scores on your. Huh? As long as you spank me. I kind of think you're too big to spank. I got spanked when I was 17 years old, and you know what happened? Let me tell you about getting spanked when I was 17 years old. No, I got spanked when I was like 15. I went out with some friends. I was supposed to be home by midnight. I wasn't driving. The guy I was with was driving. And a whole bunch of us went out, and we went to Shoney's, and I ended up not getting home till 2 o'clock, even though my dad said to be home at midnight. And I wasn't doing anything bad. The only thing bad I was doing is not being home by midnight. I didn't think that was that big of a deal as long as I wasn't doing anything bad. So, but I was wrong. And you know what happened the next morning? And I tried to sneak in the house, and everybody was asleep, and I tried to sneak up the stairs, and then so I didn't want anybody to know how late I was. But guess what happened to me the next morning? Can you guess what happened to me the next morning? Are you there? Yeah.
Let's see,
my dad told me to go to his bedroom and bend over the bed, and he got his belts out. Guess what happened?
All of these times where there's just like this dead silence. What is she doing? She's not paying attention.
She's good.
Ugh.
Yeah, she's a kid,
But she's her dad should. He did a good job. Like the first time I saw her after a year, no contact, she did not bring her iPad to the visit because he told her you need to pay attention to your mom and not be just. And I so appreciated that. he knows what to do. He is a good man. He's extremely intelligent.
I think it's
He's a
maybe
good
on
father.
him too. I mean, she just, they kids.
Yeah, but if it were me, I would say, okay, go to your room, leave the dog and cat and toys in here. I mean, I was gonna ask, go to your room, lay down in your bed, close your eyes, just focus on my voice and things you want to tell me, and it ended up being all this chaos with I have no idea. I would love to do FaceTime with her. I would, and I can do a video call. And one of the things he wants to do is change our times from Sunday at 6 and Tuesday at 6 to where it won't interfere with her scouts on Tuesday, and it won't interfere with my church on Sunday. But I would also like for there to be a video call, because if there's a video call, there's more interaction, and I can do a video call through my tablet. I don't have an iPhone. I don't really know how to make that work. I don't know if I could go, maybe I could arrange something with my brother or somebody who does have a.
Yes,
I dropped it.
high school.
Who is it?
That's me.
Oh, when you were a high school teacher?
No,
Yeah.
in high school.
Oh, when you were a student? You look like a grown woman.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Canal just showed me she just moved and she's going through stuff. Don't lose those pictures. You need to make copies of them. But anyway, I would love for, they're not going to give me any more visitation or phone calls between now and after the next hearing on March 13th. But the written order hasn't been made and signed, and if all the parties agree, they might be able to make some modifications by agreement and put in this written order before it gets signed. The judge doesn't. If everybody agrees, the judge is fine with whatever everybody agrees on. She'll sign off on it. But I would a video call. I would be more comfortable with a video call where I could see what's going on, because there's a lot of stuff going on in the background. I don't know what's going on. If Sanan's going to be there, I would like to see him with her. I would like to see both of them and know if he's influencing her in some way. I just think if the visitation supervisor felt like Dilara's contact with me, she's not at any danger from me, but I just feel like if we were doing a video call and we could record it, I just don't feel like I'm glad to hear her voice and be able for her to say some of the things she said, but I think we can improve this a whole lot between now and March 13th. But we just had court Friday, and I'm sure nobody wrote the order up yet, and but I'm hoping all our lawyers can make some modifications by agreement.
I got spanked. And guess what happened after I got spanked? What? I turned around and I gave my dad a hug and I said, "Thank you. I love you." Why would I do that?
Well, I know I said I love you. I don't know if I said thank you or not, but I remember.
Because you needed that.
I was
why
grateful.
Did I need that? Because you needed to be taught a lesson. Because you didn't go home by midnight. I need to be obedient to my father, because my father is trying to keep me safe and healthy and happy, right? Uh-huh. Now, can you tell me of a time when I spanked you and you felt like you deserved it and I was trying to teach you a good lesson? I honestly never felt like I deserved it. I always felt like you just punished me. Well, that's not what you told me.
She doesn't ever deserve a punishment.
That's on our visit where the police came and arrested me, you said,
that's how she is at school. Is anytime she gets in trouble, all of her teachers and everybody says she doesn't think she deserves it. But I think if you have to punish somebody, you need to talk about what you did as a parent, why you did it, what you hope will come from it, and you need to get back in a good spot with your child and make sure there's not any anger or resentment. And that's what I had with Dilara. I don't know of any time where I spanked her and she really held a grudge against. There's one time I thought she did something she didn't, and I didn't really give her a beat. I think I just smacked her one time on her thigh or something, and it wasn't like a real spanking, but I still apologized. When I realized I made a mistake, I apologized to her. And if I hadn't, then she would, if I'd been treating her like she'd done something wrong, when you're not supposed to provoke your children to anger, and you need to be fair with them. And she makes mistakes, I make mistakes, everybody makes a mistake. When we make a mistake, we need to try to make things right. And if we hurt somebody's feelings by being too harsh or not, inconsiderate or whatever, we need to go back and make things right and restore that good relationship. And I always felt like I had a wonderful relationship with her.
I asked you because I want to know if I've ever harmed you. And I said, have I ever harmed you? And you said no. And I said, what about the times, lots of times, when you were at church and acting up, and I'd give you a warning, and you keep acting up and distracting everybody, and I took you out of church to that back room, and you'd say, no, I'll be good, I'll stop. And I said, too late, and I spanked you anyway. Remember when I took you back to that back room and I spanked your bottom? Yeah. And you remember me putting my arms...
What did it say that spanked you in court?
Yeah. It's not even slow to spank your kids.
Oh.
Yeah. No, he took me to court to try to get a court order to spank me, to keep me from spanking her, and the judge said no. Because as long as you're not injuring them, and as long as it's not abusive. I've never abused, I've never abused my kids. If I was really mad and I felt like I might spank them too hard or I would not touch them. If I'm not in control of myself, I don't want to just be wildly lashing out at them. And sometimes, kids can really push your buttons and stress your patience. But I never beat her. I never, if she might have, some. If I spanked her a lot, she might be her bottom might be a little bit pink. But I never left bruises and handprints and marks, like, nothing like that. And anyway, yeah, spanking is not it's not abusive, even if some people don't think you should do it. Oh, those earrings, they look like Christmas tree ornaments. Yeah, dual duty.
I like it. It's too much, but I like it.
Yeah. Okay, let me see what else were you saying.
Back room, and you'd say, no, I'll be good, I'll stop. And I said, too late, and I spanked you anyway. Remember when I took you back to that back room and I spanked your bottom? Yeah. And you remember me putting my arms around you and telling you that I'm spanking you because I love you? Yeah. And do you remember when we were on that last visit where I got arrested and I asked you about that? I asked you, did you feel like that was harm? I wanted you to talk about something else. Well, I asked you if I was harming you, and didn't you say, no, that was more of a lesson? Do you remember saying that to me? Yeah. Okay, now let me tell you this. I think you are too big. Well, spanking at this point in your life.
And see, she's the one that brought up the spanking issue, because she's the one that said, if I'm like, okay, she thinks she needs her mom. Life's not worth living without your family. Life's not worth living without my mom. And so I'm like, well, is there anything bad about my, and then she's like, well, you might spank me. So I don't want her to think that, and I don't think she did think spanking was bad. I mean, it's her dad who called the police when I spanked her, and the police said, sorry, we can't help you with that. And he didn't like it, but I do think, even though I got spanked when I was older, I think some kids don't need spankings when they're, and the better you train them when they're little, the less likely they are to need to be spanked when they're older. But anyway, let me get back to the call here.
Saying that to me? Yeah. Okay, now let me tell you this. I think you are too big. Well, spanking at this point in your life, I'm not saying I'll spank you or I'll never spank you, but I will tell you, I will never spank you because I'm mad at you. I will only always spank you because I'm trying to help you to do the right thing. She's starting to take you away. What?
He said her dad wants to change the subject. He's threatening to take the phone away. So I can't talk to my daughter about how and why I discipline her. You know, why would he want to? And if she's saying, well, that's one that might be a reason why I don't want to come stay with you because you might spank me, because that's what I just want to figure out, you know, where she's at, and she she never said I don't want to live with you. I want to live with my dad when I was spanking her. And she's not saying that now. She's saying she wants her mom. And she's saying and under the conditions we've been under, she does not feel like she has a mom like she needs.
What? Who's threatening what? Who's threatening what? He's not threatening. He's just saying that he should change the subject. What? What are you saying?
I can't. Change the subject.
Oh, change the subject. Well, you know what? I'm trying to apologize to you for something. Let's go back. How did we get off on the spanking? You brought the spanking up. My question to you is, okay. I want you to think back in history.
This
okay?
is about when Sanan takes over.
Back. Huh?
My dad's hearing all
I
this.
want him to hear it. I don't have any secrets from your dad. Does your dad think I have secrets from him? No. I think he needs to be listening in. You know, he acts like he doesn't want to hear what I have to say, but then he really does. But I think he needs to, and I don't. You know, I don't want him. I want you to be able to say something in private to me, just between girls, and especially if there's something that you think he might get mad at you, if you're afraid, because I don't want you to be afraid of anything. Because when people, I am afraid that he will take the phone away. You're afraid he'll take the. I'm recording this, so you know if he takes the phone away, I'll take the phone away. But I'm still trying to get to where I'm trying to see if I need to apologize to you for something. Can we go back to that? We've only got 9 minutes left. Are you still there? Yeah. Okay, think back to the last time you saw me, that time I got arrested, okay? When we were on that first visit with that one lady. And those 3 policemen came and pulled you away from me, okay? And then you didn't see me. I said change the subject. I'm trying to get to, okay. I'm trying to get to. I'm trying. What does he think the subject is? The subject is, I'm trying, I haven't even gotten to the subject yet. I'm just trying to set the background just so you'll remember in your minute. Does he know what I'm going to say? I'm just talking about a police report or anything like that. I'm talking about the last time you saw me before a 9.5-month separation, okay? I'm not going to mention the police again. The police are done, okay? I'm not going to talk about the police anymore, okay? I'm not talking about the police, right? Don't talk about that. I'm trying to. The subject is during the separation.
He doesn't know what I'm going to say.
Don't talk about it, okay? Don't talk about it.
He doesn't know what I'm talking about.
I need to apologize. I need to find out if I've hurt my daughter's feelings. No. I need to ask her about that. You cannot relate you are with the monitor, okay? Right now, don't talk about it. If monitor is okay with it, you can talk to her about it. That's not right now. Okay? Talk about something else. She wants to see your stuff. How about you? I already told her. How many calls did you told? I forgot the number. Well, okay. You know, when Callie was in,
and so here I go, caving into him, saying, okay, I won't get to the point where I'm trying to find out, get to know my daughter better and how her attitudes changed and how if I hurt hurt her feelings, how I can keep from doing that in the future. Or if I didn't hurt her feelings and she wants me to do the things that, if she trusts my judgment, I like to know that. I like to have affirmation that she thinks I'm doing the right thing for her. I don't want her just saying, don't do that because my dad doesn't like it. And if you do it, he's going to punish me and make me suffer for what you did. She doesn't need to be living under that kind of fear. And that wasn't even going. I was going to ask her, not even, he didn't even know what I was going to say. But, bless you.
Thank you. It's a complicated situation for Dilara.
It is for all of us. So but I'm changing the subject. We're going to talk about Girl Scouts. Mm-hmm. So we're moving on to Girl Scouts.
When Callie was in Girl Scouts, guess who her leader was? Who? I was the assistant leader. I went to all of her Girl Scout meetings. I helped lead the meetings. And guess who Noah's Boy Scout leader was? What? Guess who Noah's Boy Scout leader was? Cub Scout. You were the I was the assistant there too. I was there at all the meetings, and we had multiple groups, and I helped out with different groups. So I would like to come to your Girl Scout meetings. Who's your Girl Scout leader? Jennifer. Jennifer, and how long are you a junior? Or are you a brownie? I'm a brownie. Okay. So, have you told Jennifer about me? No. Well, I would like to come meet her. And when do you have Girl Scout meetings? Wait, can she come to a Girl Scout meeting? My dad says that you can't come to a Girl Scout meeting, though. I might not be able to right now, but I would like to know who your Girl Scout leader is, and at some point down the road, if you're going to continue to be in Girl Scouts, I would like to help out with that. Is there nowhere else to go? We just go to a church. What kind of activities do you do? Probably just broke my cat's favorite toy.
Let's see, she's getting distracted by the dog again.
Okay, well, I would like to I just want you to know I want to be in your life. I want to be in your Girl Scouts. I want to be in your school. I want to be going to church with you. I want to be in your life as a mother. I want you to know that, okay? She knows that. It's not up to her, okay? She knows that. It's not up to her. You don't have to.
She knows that. It's not up to her. She knows that. It's not up to her. Now, why did I say it was up to her? I'm just giving her reaffirmation. And I should have the right to tell my daughter I want to be in every aspect of her life as she's growing up. That should be constitutionally protected speech. Why does he have a problem with me saying that? She knows that. She knows that. Okay, I would think she knows I love her. Should I say, would he forbid me from saying I love you just because she already knows it? If she knows to brush her teeth, would he forbid me to say, you should be brushing your teeth? What? This man is out of control. He is totally. I would never talk to him and interfere in his relationship with his child the way he has with mine. I have never have and never will interfere like he has me.
You should do that.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
This conversation was between me and my daughter. It's not supposed to be between me and somebody who has a no contact order with me. Dilara, did you ever see Dilara, did you ever see the movie School of Rock? Dilara, did you ever see the movie School of Rock? No. I think you should watch that. Okay, I've told you next time I see, if I get to see you again, we've got that art set up, and Shania, oh, washboard. You told me that last visit. Yeah, well, I've been watching these. Fight the phone. Well, Shania, you should watch School of Rock, because me and Shania and Sharo are making our own band. It's not a rock band. Sharo, you would be surprised at how well Sharo. I gave him the recorder after because we're doing ukulele and recorder, and we're going to be doing piano. And I gave that recorder to Sharo, and I was shocked at how well he did that, how well he could finger. And he's in kindergarten. And usually you're in 3rd or 4th grade before you do recorder. So Shania really wants to see you. And yeah. And I think it'd be really good for y'all to get to see each other. And I would like to see that happen.
Now, I want to stop here and say, one of the things the school principal said on Friday, and what people have been saying for the last 3 years we've been in court over the custody stuff, they've been saying that Dilara needs to work on her social skills. She needs to work on her social skills. The school has done everything they can to work on her social skills, and they keep saying, and she keeps needing more help. The school cannot raise this child for one parent. The schools cannot raise the children for 2 parents. The school's job is not to raise parents' children and meet every developmental need of the child. The reason for the schools is to make sure they get their basic education. They are not meant to replace parents. They are not meant to replace the mother in this child's life. And that's what he's trying to do. So, and I'm trying to support my daughter's experience, whatever her life right now. I'm trying from afar to meet her needs as well as I can. When I hear the school say Dilara has this problem that she needs help with, I want to do what I can to help that need get met. And that's what I'm trying to do. They say she needs work in her social emotional areas. That's what I'm good at. I am excellent at meeting a child's social emotional needs. In fact, I was excellent at meeting every single one of her needs when she was with me, and nobody has shown me otherwise. But anyway, this just goes to show how this man thinks he doesn't want me to support the schools. Uh, um, don't want me to give her the support she needs to be, because Dilara has said things. She said she's lonely, and she needs to have. And Girl Scouts, this is structured time. When you go to Girl Scouts, that's structured. When you go to school, that's structured. You get, I don't know, what do you get, 20, 30 minutes recess, unstructured time? She needs friends, free time with friends. She needs play dates with friends. She can go to the playground and play with strangers. That's good. But she needs long-term relationships with people. So he is not meeting her social emotional needs, and the school cannot meet them in 180 days out of the year. She needs daily positive interactions with children her age, adults, people of she needs her friendships nurtured. I mean, it's just terrible.
And y'all are just so much like twins. And see, the thing is that y'all are so much like you don't have. You said family is important. Well, you've lost your brother and sister pretty much because you're not. They grew up and move away.
Okay. Why would he butt in here? I'm saying Callie's gone off to college. She's not living in the same home with Dilara anymore or seeing her on a daily basis. Noah is in a different state altogether, and she might just see him a few times a year. And
what are you saying?
I'm talking to Dilara about her need for relationships and family, and I'm saying it's like you've lost your. She's got 2 siblings. She has cousins in Texas and in Germany. Shania has cousins in Texas and Iraq, right? They both have holes in their life where a local friend they can have daily interaction, weekly interaction with, regular basis, long term, year after year after year. They need that. Both of them need that. And Dilara's dad is different. And he seems to think what's good for him is good for his daughter. She's not got the same personality as him. He's much more introverted. He likes being alone. He works alone. He can work as a team.
I think that's what he wants for blood.
Yeah, he wants her to be isolated, like but he says he doesn't understand that her needs are not being met by him. And then I'm just trying to make suggestions. I'm trying to make suggestions to enhance that he can be more involved in her nurturing these friendships. If you go to school to learn your social skills, and that's all you've got is your social experience at school, you will not be well-rounded, and you will not be successful in life, and you will not be able to have good long-term relationships and have people who are going to really stand by you. And especially, people need that, especially if they don't have family, and she does not have family. She's saying that she does not feel like she has family. She's got her dad, and that's it. Other than that, she feels pretty isolated, and I'm not going to stand by and not try to help.
That is not her business, okay? That's not her business. She's the one that said family's important. But I'm trying to say she doesn't. Her cousins are in Texas. Well, why are you just irritating her? Basically, you are just. I'm saying that Shania and Sharo can be like like her brother and sister. We know that. That's not happening right now. You don't have to bring that up, okay? Talk about other things. Talk about what she's doing at school, what she does.
And see, it's not like I'm trying to get them to start new relationships. She already has a relationship with Shania and Sharo. Why would he object? And his lawyer told Shania last year, when Shania was at court, his lawyer came to Shania, and I've got a witness, told Shania that he would be setting up a play date for her and Dilara. That was months and months, close 3/4 of a year ago, I guess. Oh, that's a nice painting. Is that Shara's? Shania? Yeah, you need to have a box of all, and you need to put dates on all their artwork. So anyway, I don't know what Sinan thinks I'm trying to do here. If he wants to keep me out of the picture, keep me out of the picture. Why does he have to keep Shania out of the picture when she is such a blessing to Dilara, and when she could fill a hole in Dilara's heart? Dilara misses Shania. Shania misses Dilara. Why does he have to keep her away from, keep them apart too? Don't talk about stuff she can't do. Why can't she do it? It's like the guardian ad litem said. Because the guardian ad litem said I was saying Dilara has these needs she needs met. Academically, she needs more opportunities for physical activity. She needs more challenging work. The guardian ad litem says, well, are you the only person? Can somebody else do that besides you? And I'm like, yes. Well, here we've got a situation where I'm not the only person who can facilitate and nurture this old relationship between Shania and her. Why would he say that's not going to happen? He can make it happen. There are no roadblocks between. I mean, if they wanted to set up a play date, would you take them to the park so they could be together? Yeah. Okay. So here we got it. Shania's mom said if Sinan wants to meet at the park, she will bring Shania to Dilara. Okay. So why would that There is no court order saying Dilara cannot see Shania. So why would why isn't that going to happen? The only reason it couldn't happen, the only reason it could not happen today or tomorrow is because he doesn't want it to happen. And that concerns me. Why wouldn't he want it to happen? Especially after the things she just said about family and being sad. I don't like it when my child keeps saying she's sad, her life isn't worth living, and she's thought about killing herself. An 9-year-old should not be thinking that. I don't like it. I want to do something to help her. I don't know why nobody else is trying to.
Why can't she see Shania and Sharo?
Well,
That's something you. That's something. That is something you could arrange with her. Shania, Dilara, is it Kylie or Riley? I can't remember your friend at school's name. That's been in your class for 3 years. Dilara, is it Kylie or Riley? That's
Kylie.
Kylie.
It was Riley, but I like Kylie more.
Okay, has your dad ever invited either of them to come play with you or take you to get Yogurt Mountain or do something outside of school so you could enjoy time outside of school on your own schedule, doing things that y'all like to do that's not just...
Change the subject. Again, you're going into areas that...
I'm going into her social emotional development.
No, you're just basically saying your dad doesn't do things that you used to do. Okay, that's not what you should be talking about.
I'm saying she needs to...
No, I'm not saying that you're already almost...
All right, Dilara, listen to me. We've got 1 minute. Tell me what... I'll talk to you Tuesday night again. Dilara, is she even listening? See, this is why people need...
You can come at 5 o'clock.
What?
I have a 6 o'clock Girl Scout meeting.
Well, we've got a court order saying it's a 6 o'clock phone call. So unless he gets if he wants to say Girl Scouts is more important...
You call me at 5.
I'm not calling you at 5 because I am following court orders. I'm following court orders.
They have Girl Scouts.
Okay, so you're saying you'd rather go... Your father's giving you... I cannot call you at 5 because I'm following court orders. So would you rather talk to me for 30 minutes or would you rather go to Girl Scouts for 30 minutes?
Girl Scouts. Well, that's what my dad told me to say. Can you call me?
Did you hear? She said Girl Scouts. That's what my father told me to say. When I said, would you rather miss 30 minutes of Girl Scouts and talk to me, or would you rather just do the Girl Scouts? She said, I'd rather do Girl Scouts. My dad told me to say that.
Yeah,
he is not supporting my relationship with her in any way. And him saying, what? I don't understand. Okay, so if he didn't want us to talk about what Dilara used to do with Shania and Sharo, okay, I think he's wrong, but I changed the subject, okay? Let's talk about the people who are only in your life because of that you only met Kylie and Riley and stuff through your life with your dad. So how can I know she would love to have play dates with those people. Why is he objecting to that? What? Well, I don't get it. This is supposed to be about meeting Dilara's needs. She's got social emotional needs that are not being met. I'm trying to help her get them met. Why does he want to put roadblocks between that, even when it's the things he can control? He has control over inviting or he could set it up with Callie. He could give Kylie and Riley's phone number and say, why don't y'all go to the library together? Why don't you go to the playground together today?
Well,
Here's some money.
I don't want to.
But because it's my idea, that's what it is. It's my idea.
It's just not that. I think that's how his personality is.
But see,
I know it's different. He's different. Like, you different than him.
I know. That's why she needs both of us. He's different from me in a lot of ways I'm not good at. So that's what I told court. I said she needs both of us She will not develop normally without both of us in her life. And if you put both of us in her life, she will turn out beautifully. She'll have all of her needs met.
I am following court orders.
I know you're doing that. Okay, I'll ask to see if they can make that sorry. Okay, bye.
Dilara, I love you. Okay, I'm supposed to talk to you on Tuesday. I don't know when I will see you. I'm going to send a text to your phone. If your dad will let you go to this link and look at the gel printing that we're going to be doing hopefully next time I see you. Yeah, and they hung up. They hung up before my 30 minutes was over.
It was almost over. We had a few seconds left.
I don't think he heard that about the link. The Jelly Arts link. You
And
know, I got 20, yeah, he cut me short at last minute.
Okay, so that's the end of that call. So and then I texted it. We texted back and forth, and the texts. I sent the link to Dilara's phone for the jelly links, and I hoped he would see it. And then he texted me back. From her phone. What did he say? He said, "Uh-oh, did I erase it? I think I erased it. I got too much stuff on my phone." He said, he was talking about the conflict with Girl Scouts. I said, if he can get that changed by agreement, I would love to see that happen because I don't want her to have to choose between me and Girl Scouts. I would like for her to have both, and my time's wide open. And if we're going to change Tuesday nights, I would like to change the Sunday night call to 6:30 so it doesn't interfere with my church. So we did that text, and hopefully they can work that into the order before it gets written. But anyway, that's the 30-minute call plus my commentary. Yeah.